meditacionesdiarias.com.
Welcome to our devotional for April 15th, 2023. This is Xiomara Perdomo speaking to you from Queens, New York. Today's devotional is titled Fear, Lies, and Deceit. 1 Samuel chapter 21 verse 12 reads, Now David took these words to heart and was very much afraid of Achish, the king of Gath. David went from being the king's son-in-law to being outlawed, poverty-stricken, and insane. What was he to learn? To receive success and blessings with humility, because one never knows how long they will last. In his anguish for saving his life from Saul's persecution, he fled to Nob and took refuge in the house of high priest Ahimelech. Where do you take refuge when trials and illness pursue you? The house of God is the best place to receive divine comfort. David asked the priest for 5 loaves of bread, but the only bread available was the holy bread which had just been replaced. See Leviticus chapter 24 verses 5 through 9. Ahimelech gave it to David. Centuries later, Jesus mentioned this incident to show that the law of God must be applied with compassion. Doing good and saving lives is superior to rituals. See Matthew chapter 12 verses 1 through 8. David lied, which was an accepted practice in the Middle East when one's life was in danger. He told the priest that he was on a special mission on the king's behalf. One of Saul's servants heard this and reported him. If David had not lied, Ahimelech would have escaped from the murderous hands of the king. As a consequence of this lie, 86 priests were killed. A small lie ended up in a great tragedy. This is why lying is condemned by God. See Revelation 22:15. God requires that truthfulness shall mark his people, even in the greatest peril. See Patriarchs and Prophets chapter 65, page 655. David left Nob sure of God's presence because the holy bread represented the company of God. He also obtained the sword, with which he had beheaded Goliath, a reminder of victory and divine mercy. He fled to Gath, a Philistine city, sure that Saul would not look for him there. It was the custom that men outlawed in a country would be helped by the enemies of that country. When he arrived in Gath, the king was informed that this was the same David who had killed Goliath, and also 200 other Philistines, to obtain the foreskins required for the dowry of the king's daughter. Fearful, David pretended to be insane, since those people would not harm anyone who was mentally unstable. His faith faltered, and his human frailties manifested themselves, but he learned to depend more on God than on his own discernment. In those circumstances, he wrote Psalm 34. I invite you to read it this morning. When shadows are all around you, look up and seek the light of God. Amen. Thank you, friends, for joining us in our devotional for today. Don't forget to share with your friends and family.
Thank you for joining us. We invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel at m.youtube.com/c/Meditaciones Diarias and to follow us on our social media in Instagram at www.instagram.com/meditacionesdiarias7. May God bless you and your family.